Okie dokie. First of all, this company may not be the best for the reasons I chose it. I don't know, but it's the best I could find for all the features I was looking for. Now, this is not the only part of the order here. And you notice we have some magazines on the table here. Got some 300 blackout as well, some supersonics. Let me open this up and show you what we're working with here. Now, this is 40 pounds of plates here. I've been recently getting into exercising again. You know, I pretty much had quit exercising for like a year and a half, 2 years, something like that. I would do it every once in a while, but I wasn't like doing it with any kind of real consistency. So I was like, you know what, it's time. I just recently quit BMX within the past year or two, something like that. So I was like, you know what, I need to do something for my health. You know, I'm 37 or 38, something like that, whatever 1988 is. Every year that goes by, the harder it'll become to keep in shape. So these got some curved boys here. Because I've been using a 20-pound vest to do pull-ups and push-ups and body weight exercises, I got to the point to where I was like, you know what, I need to get something heavier, otherwise I'm not going to be able to progress in the way that I want to. So these are super duper thick, and it says right here, not for use as body armor, but we've all seen the videos. I, of course, got them mostly for exercising, but I thought, you know what? I'm not going to get another weight vest. Why don't I get a plate carrier that I can use for exercising and then also have it to be a loadout, you know, for in case things bad happen, right? I mean, I wouldn't really want 40 pounds of plates on me if it got down to it, you know, for mobility reasons. But if I didn't have anything else, this is from a company named Wolf Tactical. There's internal padding. There's like some sweat stuff in there. So like, you know, you can have some protection. And there's Molly all over it. That's one of the reasons I really liked it, right? I'll start incorporating some magazines for extra weight. Now these are 5.56 right now, loaded in these magazines. Then I'll slowly switch them out with 300 blackout, which is a little bit heavier, not like a ton heavier, but a little bit heavier. And then from there, we can add extra weight on the back. You know, I'll add some more Molly stuff. This system just seemed to make the most sense to me. You know, it has less limitations than other weight vests because it's literally infinitely expandable. You know, it's like the Lego set of weight vests. You know, and then it can double as something I can use for protection if it ever got to the point to where we needed this kind of stuff. Here it is. So these bands right here, I can bring them in more if it needs to be tighter. Here's the opening for the actual plates. There we go. Ooh, it's a little bit too tight now. Now it says one size fits most, and I'll agree with that. I'm a thin guy. I'm a small guy, and I've seen, you know, much larger people than me wear this thing as well. It's on there pretty good. Let's see if we can do some pull-ups. But yeah, eventually I'm going to add the magazines here. Yeah, then I'll have a plate carrier for if it ever comes down to it. But I also have something I can exercise with in the meantime. Double duty. Let's go ahead and test this thing out. This is definitely restricting my breathing. So I don't know if I'd recommend this for like jogging, unless you wanted to run it a little bit looser. I actually don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. The most weight I've ever had on me back when I was stronger and exercising more was 30 pounds extra. So I had a 20-pound vest on, and then I had 10-pound ankle weights, and I think I had like some 1 or 2 pound wrist weights too. So maybe like 30, 35 pounds, something like that. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. Let me just see if I can do one rep. Oh my God. Yeah. This is gonna be a challenge. Okay, so we got about 2 1/4 reps on our first go here. I'm gonna try to do another couple sets, but this is a good indicator that I have a lot of room for growth. That was very difficult. I wonder if I can do like a different grip. Oh my God. So with this short rest in between and changing of grips, I could do 2 more. Let's see if I can do like a wide grip one. No. Let's take another rest and see if we can get some more. Fuck. So I've done a total of 5 now. I think with short breaks in between, I can get more. Okay. Couldn't quite get that one. I'm gonna try another break here. Feels good though. I like the extra weight. This is giving me a new goal to work towards. I was getting about 4 sets of anywhere from 4 to 6 reps with 20, which I probably wasn't at the point to where I needed to step up the weight, but I don't know, I like a good challenge. Obviously this is not protection first, but the fact that it does have capability to protect against, common rounds that you would face out and about, it's nice to have the peace of mind that I do have something I could use, even though it's not intended for it, but it is capable of it. And then if I ever wanted to, I could just get rid of the exercise weighted vest idea entirely and then just get some seriously heavy duty intended for body armor plates. So with the same system here. It's a dual role item. Even if you just bought a plate carrier setup and just bought some actual plates, they might not be as heavy as you want them to be, because typically you want them to be as light as possible, but they would also serve as an extra amount of weight you can put on your body at any point to get more exercise benefits of doing body weight exercises, even though it's not technically a body weight exercise anymore if you're adding weight to yourself. Okay, we rested for at least 2 or 3 minutes blabbing on. Let's see if we can get some more reps here. We're just doing this basic sort of underhand grip like this. This bar, you can do it this way, but then I can't have my feet out in front of me. I try to keep my feet at least at like a 45-degree angle. Obviously you'd want like a 90-degree angle. I always try to keep my feet out in front because then it helps build your stomach muscles as well. So let's see if we can get another 1 or 2 reps here. Okay. I always gotta be really careful with my shoulders. I have 2 bad shoulders. This one I still need surgery on. Hurts quite a bit. This one I had surgery on and it sucks. So when I lower down, if I lower down to a deadlock sometimes too quickly, like a dead hang, it'll like tweak my shoulder really bad. And from the research I've been doing, it's best not to actually go to a full lock. Not only are you kind of resting at that point, but it's also supposedly bad for your joints. So I've been trying to just go to the point where it's almost at a lock, and then, so we just got like 1.5 out of that one. I'm gonna try maybe 1 or 2 more little micro sets here, just to kind of get my body used to attempting this. I don't expect any like huge results from this one little session here. I'm laying the groundwork right now. In my head, I'm at 1 rep solid. I can do at least 1 rep each set. But if I can get to like 4 reps or even 3 reps, I'll be pretty proud of myself per set. It does feel good, and I'm glad I got the curved plates, because the flat ones I could feel they'd be not comfortable. These are actually pretty comfortable. Okay. I didn't go to the point where I wanted to. I went a little. I kind of like did like not a half rep, but a little bit more than a half rep. But I didn't go down as much. So I'm gonna do 1 more. I don't know if I can get it. that'll be good for today. I have the tendency to overdo things. And I'm like, oh, I can do 20 more. Let's just have that be a good starting point. So I did a total of like 6 or 7 reps, and with on average 2 rep sets. So shout out to Wolf Tactical. Seemed like the best deal for what I was looking for. If I had bought just an actual plate carrier with some plates, you know, I was looking at minimum $300 or $400. This was 200, I think 260 plus like a discount code that I had. And knowing that a lot of the plate carriers, the moly portion that accepts the plate, a lot of them are similar quality. You're just kind of paying for like a name brand kind of thing in that case. A lot of them are good enough. They don't need to be like crazy expensive for them to provide the same function. But the plates that I was going to be getting are about 1/3 of the weight. So, and the ones that I was able to afford were only rated for pistol calibers as well. So it's like, well, these aren't rated for any ballistic stuff, but I've seen plenty of videos testing these kind of things out, and these out specifically, and they can handle some rifle rounds in certain situations. So I was like, should I pay less and get more weight and have the same capability protection-wise, or should I pay more for less protection and less ability to exercise with that said plate carrier? So it just made a lot of sense to kind of go cheaper and get more for my money. Let's do one more. I'm gonna do one more close grip. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna show you one more thing. As long as it's cold outside or cool enough outside, I'm gonna be using this other item I'm gonna show you. And I think it'll help out for anybody wanting to just make your day count for more physically. Okay, there she is. 40 plus pounds of goodness. This is the other item I bought. This is a Thera hoodie, I believe. I'll put the links to these things in the description. It's a 10-pound hoodie, and it's a pretty normal looking setup here. It doesn't look out of the ordinary. I asked multiple people today, I'm like, hey, what do you think looks different about this hoodie? And they're like, I don't know, the color? And I was like, no, it's filled with glass beads. Like, you can feel the weight, but it's not like, it doesn't hinder your ability to do anything. You know, there's weight in the sleeves. It's probably like, I don't know, like 2 pounds in each sleeve. Machine washable. You don't have to do anything special for this thing. You just wear it. You know, you're gonna have extra weight on you anyway during the winter, because you're gonna be eating a lot more. I see you. Yeah, so it just made sense. You know, I've been looking for normal looking weighted clothing for I don't know how many years. This is the first one I found that I'm like, I could go out in public with that. This is actually a small. You do have to size down from what I know in this company. Normally I would wear like a medium. I love it. It's comfortable. And it's also a conversation starter. Like, you know, if you want, you can be like, hold my jacket, ladies, and just like throw it in their arms like, wow, he's so strong. Oh my gosh, what a Hercules. What a hunk. You know, so anyway, it's cool. It's also warm. So there's that. And now I realize I filmed this whole thing with that light glare. It's horrible. I'm sorry. I'll probably make the same mistake again, though. Have a good day. Thank you all for watching. And I hope to see... I just stepped on my headphone. I hope to see you in a future video.